Hey, babes, it's India. Welcome back to another episode of Bourbon and Heartburn, a Heart on Fire podcast. This is where we talk about relationships, friendships, situationships, all the messy in-betweens. This is where hearts burn, bourbon flows, truth spills. Welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about heartbreak, okay? But not the way that people usually talk about it. Heartbreak hurts, but your heart's not broken. It's expanding. So let's get into it. All right, we have all been there, all right? Something ends. You're devastated. It is so painful. It's devastating. You can't stop thinking about it. You're replaying everything. You're replaying every conversation, looking and replaying every text, analyzing every moment, every date, every conversation. And you're looking for answers. That emotional spiral happens and you just keep going and going. And you're questioning yourself. You're wondering what you did wrong. Could I have said something differently? Could I have acted differently? Should I have said this? Should I have done that? You're wondering what the hell happened? Is it all my fault? Trying to put blame on yourself. And you begin to feel like you lost something super important. But that's where most people get stuck. Common beliefs after a heartbreak are, I cared too much. I loved too much. I gave too much. I loved too hard. Oh, I'm too emotional. I'm too clingy. All these excuses, when in reality, you didn't feel too much. You didn't love too hard. You felt deeply for someone who just couldn't meet you where you were, who didn't have the capacity to give you what you need and what you deserve. That's okay. That's just the reality. And I have a lot of stories, personal stories that I could get into that relate to this. I mean, do I? However, I can think of one, the most recent one. I definitely, it ended, my choice, but it ended, and I probably went down like a 2-week rabbit hole of just analyzing every text message, every moment, every conversation. And it's a little better than it would have been in my 20s, because in my 20s, I did that for like weeks and crashed the fuck out. We're not doing that anymore. Not in our 30s. No, ma'am. But it hurt. It did hurt. I'm not going to lie. It hurt. And I still struggle with this most recent one not because I did anything wrong, but because I wish sometimes I would have just taken it for what it was and not been so focused on the potential, and also would have just listened to my nervous system and my body and what it was telling me. And I didn't immediately. I did eventually, but I didn't do it as quickly as I have grown to and done the work. I've put the work in to be able to do that, and I didn't in this scenario, and that's hard. It's hard to not feel guilty and feel like you took 10 steps back. But the reality is, when you're also being fed a lot of things and a lot of words aren't matching actions, it can be really hard to differentiate. It takes a lot of discipline, a lot of mental and emotional discipline, and that's something that I am actively and constantly every single day working on. So it's baby steps for me. Anyway, with that scenario though, I did learn. Now I can look back at that. Even though it was recent, I can look back at it and I learned that man just did not have the capacity for me. And he also just is dealing with things in himself. And unfortunately, hurt people. And it is what it is. It truly is what it is. I think it is what it is the most on point cliche thing I can say, but it really is what it is. I learned a lot in that moment, and I feel like I have grown so much just from that scenario happening to me after it had been a while since something like that had happened to me. So it was really an opportunity for me to put into action the work I've done over the last few years. So I'm proud of myself. Anyway, going into heartbreak again, it's not a punishment. It's just education. Take it as education. Learn from it. Grow from it. It teaches you boundaries, self-respect, self-worth, your standards, and what you will and will not tolerate. Because the pain that you feel when you have this said heartbreak, it forces you to grow, whether you're ready for it or not, whether you saw it coming or not. It forces you to grow. It skyrockets you into that growth if you allow it. You have to change your perspective. If you change your perspective in those moments, you are going to really rocket into that growth. And then when that same or similar thing happens again, whether it's a year later, 2 weeks later, a few months later, whenever it happens again, because it will, because that's how things happen, patterns, to see if we learn from them. But when that happens again, you're going to take that growth and apply it to that. And you're going to be like, oh my God, I only crashed out for 2 weeks this time instead of 4. Period. And honestly, every heartbreak, every quote heartbreak you have is just increasing your capacity. So take it, be like, thank you. Thank you so much for that lesson. Thank you for that growth, because now my capacity has now grown and you're just making room for the right person, for the right time, for the right scenario, for the right people to come into my life. And now I have the capacity to handle whatever's going to come at me. You're going to learn how to love better. You're going to learn how to choose better. You're going to learn how to trust yourself, trust your intuition, trust how you feel better. You're going to protect your peace. So just remember that every single one of those heartbreaks expands your ability to create a healthier love for your future. And that goes for relationships of all kinds, your friendships, your family, your work. It is creating a better atmosphere to flourish and to thrive, because you're opening yourself and you are learning from it, and then you're applying that to your future. So remember that heartbreak is expanding your ability to create a healthier love. I need a drink. Yikes. So, little girl talk moment. If you are feeling it, if you got your heart broken recently, or you can't get over a heartbreak, sip the bourbon, pour yourself something, whatever, cry if you need to, vent to your friends, find somewhere you feel safe to open up, scream if you need to, sing, have a dance party, whatever. Because honestly, like, feeling deeply is not a weakness. I can't stand when people try to act so tough. I am a strong ass bitch. I really am. But I am not going to dim my care and my like soft side for anyone. Because I do feel deeply. I love freaking hard. And I'm not going to be afraid to show that. If you can't take that, if you can't hold that softly in your hands, bye. I'm good. And remember that loving someone is not stupidity. Believing someone's words is not stupidity. Caring for someone is not something to be ashamed of. You should never be ashamed to care for someone and love someone. And if someone makes you feel that shameful for that, that is not a person you want in your life. Period. And remember, growth feels super messy while it's happening. Gosh, does it? It feels so fucking messy while it's happening. But then hindsight, it's like, holy shit. I grew so much through that scenario, through that, what happened. And it doesn't define me, but I am choosing to create a better space and a better life and a better future because of that happening. So thank that moment. Thank that thing that happened. This thing is like cling, cling, cling. And another thing I wanted to say, when things are ending, when something is ending, it feels like the end of the world. Trust me, I know this. It feels like the end of the world, especially for someone who does feel so deeply and is so empathetic. When you are a super, super empathetic person, things can feel super heavy on you. And you have to remember that it's not an ending. It's just a redirection. You are being redirected. Trust the universe. Trust God, if that's how you want to word it. You take that as a redirection. This is not an ending. This is a redirection. What is this teaching me right now? And not everything you lose was meant to stay, and not every closed door is a mistake. They are not mistakes. They happen for a reason. Do not call it a mistake. Do not say it's a regret, because putting those words and those thoughts and those negative feelings out into the universe, they're not going to help you grow. They're going to just hold you back. Sometimes you're not losing the right thing. Sometimes you're just being released from what was wrong for you. I do want to talk about compatibility, okay? Love is not enough by itself. And I think the word love is thrown around a lot, and I'm guilty of this, like in my 20s for sure. Love is thrown around a lot. And love alone is not enough in itself. Someone has to show up. Someone has to meet you where you are. Someone has to have the capacity to meet you where you are. And you also have to have the discipline and self-awareness enough to also meet someone where they are. If they couldn't show up for you, they were never your final destination on the path that you are on. And reflecting on my own heartbreaks, oh my God, I'm like, how many heartbreaks eventually made sense? I have no clue. No clue. I would say I'm still going through stuff like that, and it's not as frequent. Hallelujah. But you're always evolving and changing. And I think that this is something that it happens. And then you realize, okay, I handled this so much better than I did when I was 27, whatever it may be. And looking at a future perspective, one day you're going to look back super differently. You're going to be like, oh my God, do you remember when this happened when I was 23, or I'm 31 right now, when I was 31, and this is how I handled it. And now look at me now. It didn't destroy me. It changed me. It skyrocketed me into the woman that I am today, and it strengthened me. And heartbreak didn't ruin you. It didn't ruin you. It refined you. So remember this. Your heart is not broken. It's learning. It's expanding. It's growing. And remember that fucking pain that you feel, whether it's right now or you felt it a couple days ago or you're going to feel it soon, it's temporary. That pain is temporary. But the growth that you are going to get, if you pay attention and you choose to, that growth you're going to get from that pain is permanent. And lastly, I know I said it a few times, your heart is just expanding. Your heart is getting bigger and hotter. So feel what you need to feel. Don't rush your healing. It's okay to sit in that heartbreak, feel it, feel the emotions, go through the steps, and don't shame yourself for caring. Do not shame yourself. The minute you start to talk down on yourself, you take those 10 steps back. Don't shame yourself. Accept it for what it is. And remember, you didn't lose what was meant for you. You gained wisdom on what was not meant for you. That's it for today, guys. Stay bold, stay honest, and stay fucking you. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. Thanks for listening.